Good evening, folks. Welcome to another episode of Beer Rating with Sean Connors. Tonight I'm in the mood for a sour, specifically a cranberry sour, and this is one of the ones from my beer box. So the newsletter that came with my beer club, basically they tell a little bit about the beer. So this one's called Wild Bog. It's from Whitewater Brewing Company out of Ottawa Valley, Ontario. It says, before early settlers began cultivating cranberries, they grew wild and natural bogs across Canada. Whitewater Brewing used local cranberries to create this refreshing, thirst-quenching, and uniquely satisfying cranberry sours. And cranberry is one of those beers. Originally, I was a typical North American beer drinker, drinking my Labatt's, my Coors, and everything else. So the whole concept of a sour beer kind of turned me off because I never tried one. Once I tried them, I was actually quite impressed. So if you're not a sour person, but you've never tried one, by all means, give it a try and see if you like them. You might be pleasantly surprised. Alright, so this one, it says cranberry sour, IBU of 5, that's International Bitterness Unit, so that's kind of low. It says tart and fruity, 6.0% alcohol, considered a strong beer. And I said out of the Ottawa Valley. Just gives the ingredients water, barley, wheat, oats, yeast, and cranberries, and then hops. And it says, before modern cultivation, cranberries grew wild in natural bogs across North America. We tapped into Canadian wild and used cranberries to create this refreshing, tart, and uniquely satisfying sour. Wild Bog is here for the harvest. And that's about it. So I've already given my glass a quick cold water rinse. So let's pour it up and see what we got here. My last review last week, I was in the middle of having COVID. So that has since passed, and honestly, I haven't had a beer since then, so I'm looking forward to this one tonight. So it's a little bit cloudy, a few little floaties there, so it's pretty safe to assume this is unfiltered. It doesn't say anything, but being unfiltered, it's quite common for craft beers. Ooh, definitely getting a fruity flavor, almost like a tartness there too. Oh, sorry, aroma. Oh yeah, there you go. Definitely smelling the fruit there now. Big question is, how does it taste? Ooh! Wowzer. Wowzer. I like sour beers. And honestly, I think that's probably the most sourest beer I've had. It's quite tart. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. You can see my face, it was tart. Wow. That is full of flavor. Whew. That is tart. Not necessarily a bad thing. Just I wasn't expecting that much flavor and that much tartness out of the beer. Wow. Looking forward to another swig. Ooh. Wow. Honestly, I'm not quite sure I'm enjoying it, but to me, it actually might be a tad too tart. To me, it's almost like biting into, or having a fresh lemon and kind of squeezing it and drinking it. It is tart. Maybe not quite that bad, but it's definitely got some kick to it, some tartiness. The more I drink it, the more I'm getting used to it. But it's tart. I think I've made that quite clear. Now that kind of puts me in a little tight situation, trying to think, where do I put it on my scale? My scale are 1 to 5. A 1 being a drain pour, don't like it, can't finish it. A 2 is not a fan, but I'll finish it. 3 is a good beer. A 4 is a very good beer. And a 5 would be the best beer ever. And And offhand, this is definitely no less than a 3, but no higher than a 4 in my book. I am enjoying it, but I just wish it was a little bit less tart. As I drink more, I am enjoying it, and I'm not getting as much flavor, but the aftertaste lingers there, and the tartness just kind of hits you. You'll see as I take the beer, I'm like, take a swig, I'm like, okay, not bad, and then for the last second, it's just like, pucker up. Again, it's not a bad thing. I was actually leaning more towards a 3.5, but it's a little bit too tart for my liking. I shouldn't say that. It's a little bit too tart. I prefer a little less tart. I'm still enjoying it. I still like it. It just take a little bit of tartness out of it, and that would move it up to the next level for me. So with that being said, I think I'm going to stick with my 3.0 for Whitewater Brewing Company's Wild Bog Cranberry Sour. 3.0. There you go, folks. Hopefully you join me sometime within the next couple of days, and I still got a couple more beers from my last beer club. I want to try to get a review at least one more or two before the next load comes in, and we'll go from there. So until next brew, as always, enjoy responsibly. Cheers.